A warm hello to you all. The cast of a film is often a defining factor on whether or not people will go to see it. If they're a big fan of the actor's work or he or she is A-list, chances are the viewership spikes up automatically. But the behind-the-scenes process for getting into character is different for every actor. Some do their own stunts, some have a double, some use prosthetics, some don't. Well friends, today we're going to be discussing some actors who dramatically and drastically change their appearance for a role, without the use of special effects or prosthetics, just worked their way naturally into the change. And the results almost always have fans shocked. Before we dive in, go ahead and click subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on our future videos. And give this video a thumbs up if your favorite actor dramatically changed their appearance for a film role. Let's get to it. The movie Black Swan already had viewers sitting on the edge of their seats, and although Natalie Portman didn't necessarily look much different than she normally does, her transformation into the ballerina was a long and gnarly journey. Not only was she in rehearsal all day, every day, but she was on a very restrictive, very limited diet. If you're dancing for 8 hours a day, chances are you're gonna want to eat something more than almonds and carrots, but unfortunately that was Portman's reality. The end result was an incredible character in an incredible film, but she had to put herself through a whole lot in order to get there. In order to play the legendary boxer Muhammad Ali, Will Smith definitely underwent an arduous transformation. Actors often have to work out differently and change their dietary regimen in order to appear or behave like the character they're portraying. And if they're portraying a real person, well, it's that much more important to actually look like that person and capture their essence. Will Smith had to gain 35 pounds of muscle in order to capture Ali's figure and form. And get this, his workout regimen included him working out 6 hours a day, 5 days a week for over 11 months. If you're used to working out 1 to 2 hours a day, imagine what you'd have to go through in order to make such a dramatic change. Will Smith did it though, being the amazing actor he is. If you're a big Parks and Rec fan, chances are you're a big Chris Pratt fan. The actor wasn't exactly known for his rockin' bod in the TV show, more for his humor, his band Mouse Rat, and his adorable relationship with his wife April. Well, Chris Pratt had to make a huge change when it came to his character on Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, the transformation was like, wow. He looked amazing. The actor not only lost 60 pounds over the course of a few months, but also gained muscle mass in the process. It required him to work out for 3 hours a day and completely switched up his diet. Tough stuff, but the results were definitely worth it, considering how in shape he looked in Guardians of the Galaxy. But don't get me wrong, we love us some Andy in Parks and Rec just as much. Anne Hathaway is an extremely talented actor and has been seen in a variety of roles since her rise to popularity in The Princess Diaries. In order to play Fantine in Les Mis, the actress had to make some serious decisions on how to portray the character accurately and believably. She almost starved herself to literally look like she was near death, in her words, in order to play the French peasant's role. She literally ate 2 squares of oatmeal paste a day while on set in order to maintain the feeble look. How did she not pass out? And since the role is so incredibly emotional, exposing intense poverty and the unconditional love of a mother, the changes that Hathaway made definitely drove those points home on screen. What do you think about this kind of transformation? Do you think it's dangerous and goes way too far, or is it necessary for the authenticity of the actor's craft? Definitely let us know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about Jared Leto. Honestly, the man is like a chameleon. We've seen him in so many different forms, almost to the point where he looks like a completely different person in various films. He is usually, however, known to be tall and lean in whatever roles he's playing. But friends, his commitment to his role in Chapter 27 led him to gain a whopping 67 pounds in order to depict John Lennon's killer. Although he looked completely authentic for the role, he gained so much weight so quickly that he actually started to see some health issues because of it. He could barely walk to and from set by the end of filming, and he got gout from gaining the weight so quickly for the role. Well, Leto is an incredible actor who is willing to go to extremely far lengths to get into character. Worth it? Maybe, maybe not. Like we said, when you're playing a character who actually exists or existed in real life, it's important to look and act as similar to that person as possible. And Jared Leto really nailed it. Let's talk about Renee Zellweger. She was willing to do whatever it takes to accurately portray Bridget Jones in Bridget Jones's Diary. She gained a whole 30 pounds for the film, which shows true commitment to the role and the character. If that wasn't enough, she had to immediately get back into amazing muscular dancer shape to play Roxy in Chicago. She killed both roles, but definitely had to make a dramatic transformation to play the two characters. It's no doubt that Castaway is a huge classic in movie history. Well, Tom Hanks is pretty classic like that. In order to be as authentic as possible when it came to being a man stranded on an island and forced to find a way to survive, Hanks had to do the most. He lost like 55 pounds, which is a dramatic change, but that's not all, friends. Before the production began filming, he had to gain 50 pounds to look the part of a middle-aged man who actually gets stranded on the island. After they filmed all those initial scenes, they stopped filming for a year to give him time to lose the 55 pounds and grow out his hair in order to provide audiences with that castaway hero we know today. Another totally drastic transformation, Charlize Theron playing the serial killer Eileen Wuornos in Monster. Our jaws dropped when we saw the gorgeous actress emerge from her journey looking like a totally different person. Fans were like, Charlize? Is that you? Sure enough, it was indeed the actress. She had changed everything from her eyebrows to her hair and gained 30 pounds to capture the persona of the killer. Seriously, she doesn't even look familiar in that film, which just goes to show her commitment to assuming the role. On top of all of that, her performance was so great that she won the Academy Award for Best Actress that year. Well, if we're discussing shapeshifting, how can we forget Batman? I can't do it, I know. Christian Bale lost so much weight for the movie The Machinist that his sunken cheeks and gaunt face made him relatively unrecognizable. He was 110 pounds for that film, which definitely suggests major weight loss to get into character. Not only did he do an amazing job at that role, but shortly after The Machinist, he had to gain a ton of weight and get into amazing shape for Batman Begins. We definitely saw the results of his hard work as we're introduced to one of our favorite superheroes. But friends, later on, did you happen to see Vice? I mean, Christian Bale's transformation into Dick Cheney is unbelievable, going so far that he doesn't even look like himself. Just goes to show he's willing to do whatever it takes for his craft. Well, there you have it. Acting is definitely not an easy job, especially when massive diet and exercise changes are involved in order to get into character. But these are some examples of actors who did it and did it extremely successfully. What are some other actors you know of who transformed themselves for a role? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time!